Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about legislation at the Capitol that makes life a little bit easier for motorists in Los Angeles. My guest this segment is Mike Gatto, who is a member of the State Assembly from Los Angeles. Thanks for being with us.
It's great to be here.
So we're going to talk about a couple of your bills. One has already passed and been signed by the governor.
Right.
The other one is still moving through the process. The one that's been signed and passed is interesting because apparently the city of Los Angeles, and a few other cities, but talking about LA, has been ticketing motorists who park at parking meters that are broken.
Yeah, and it's just outrageous if you think about it. You know, all across the state and probably the nation, people are upset with their government, and they feel like government does all these things that lack common sense. And in this instance, you know, we the people, we pay for the maintenance of the streets, we pay for the installation of the meters, we pay for their maintenance, we even pay the salaries of the guy who gives you a ticket. It's just outrageous to come in and say that we're going to penalize a motorist when the city has failed to fix its own meters.
And there have been a lot of meters that have been broken, because we're talking about thousands and thousands of tickets.
Yeah, it was hard to get accurate data, but we looked at a variety of studies and certainly a whole lot of anecdotal data that said in some parts of the city and in other cities, up to 20% of the meters are offline at any given time. And you imagine taking 20% of the parking spots out of public consumption, and it really does hurt time for everybody.
So I guess there was a legislation, a couple of years ago, that allowed cities to do this, and you had legislation that says no, they can't.
Well, actually, since 1935, the dawn of the parking meter, it's been legal in California to park at a broken meter for free. The legislation a couple of years ago kind of clarified some things, but apparently left a loophole, and of course, some local governments, including the city of Los Angeles, dived right in, and they immediately started ticketing motorists who are parking at meters that the city had failed to fix.
Well, congratulations on that, Bill. I'm sure you're a hero in Los Angeles to a lot of motorists.
We've gotten a lot of happy emails.
That's great. Let's talk about another bill which is sort of moving through the process, and we've talked about it before on this program, which would open up some HOV lanes, carpool lanes, during off-peak hours.
Yeah, and the theme with both of these bills, I think, is that you know, motorists everywhere are feeling a pinch. You know, I'm a father, and we all want to get home to our families or just get home as quickly as possible. We don't want to deal with all these hassles in life. And what I try to do is think about what I would like to see from my government if I wasn't serving in it. And you know, I've been driving late at night, and you'll see that mystery slowing in the rightmost lanes while the carpool lane lies vacant and no one's in it. And yet, because we don't have flex lanes in Southern California, you can't get in that carpool lane. So this bill would simply say that during off hours, anybody can use the carpool lane, and especially during those times when there's an accident in the rightmost lanes, let people go in the carpool lane and keep traffic moving.
There is some criticism of this, however. I mean, some environmentalists say that you would then be offering a disincentive to carpool.
Well, you know, I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, first of all, flex lanes have existed in Northern California for years. You know, the highways going in and out of Sacramento and San Francisco all have these flex lanes. And there's a reason for that.
In other words, HOV lanes only during commuter hours.
Correct. Yeah. I think you can incentivize people who have traditional commutes, 9 to 5, to carpool. But you know, for that person who has a weird working schedule and might have non-traditional hours, it's really hard to say, gee, you're going to work at 12 noon and you're getting off at 9:35 at night. Find somebody to carpool with you. And so this bill only affects those hours. It affects non-rush hours, and it says if you need to get in the carpool lane, you can. And I think that's really important just to keep traffic moving, especially during those frustrating times in off hours where it bunches up.
And we should say as we close, it's a pilot effort, and it affects only the portions of the 134 and the 210.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
All right. Well, fascinating subjects. Mike Gatto, thanks very much for coming in and talking about them. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to our viewers also for watching a local edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government on Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.